Good morning, truck fans! Good morning, Sunday slot car sessions with me, Pete Brown. Welcome to this week's Sunday session of slot car action. It is going to be good. I did make a note to make a poll, but I forgot about it as usual. So there you go. I might have to message myself next time to get into the game of the memory game that is. Well, good morning to you all. How are you doing? It looks like yeah, we've got some people in here today. Wow, what a day. Is anyone else here wake up this morning and think, oh, it's like brass monkeys out there. Ooh, it's freezing. And so, so I went outside to check the thermometer and it's like 8 degrees. I'm like, is that it? Feels like minus 18 degrees out there. I'm like, ah. But fortunately, I'm ready for the day now. Unfortunately for you, fortunately for me. And there you go. So we've got a great show coming up today. We've got lots to look at, a few things going on. I've seen a couple of great shots as well, so you're going to like those. Track focus, good. Bit on the video side today rather than the stills. So stay tuned for that. And we have a competition as well. But I'll introduce what that's about in a bit. Yeah, there you go. So what's been going on while people populate and come into the show this morning, which fantastic, because there's already a whole ton of you here waiting to go, rearing up, getting some slot car, blood running through that veins. Any plans today? Let's get the housekeeping out of the way while we're at it. So I am finishing off that pesky office. That means I'll be able to get back to some content soon. Please, for the love of all that's holy. I've only got 2 minor walls to paint and then I can start sorting it out. It will be done by the end of today, touch wood, all being well, and we can get on with our lives and get some content again. Yes, I've got some content to make. Got that one and got that one. We saw him last week. I'm sure we might see him again as the show unfolds, so you've got to stay tuned. Right, let's say hello to a few peoples while we're here. Oh, it's going off. It's going up. Whoa. Rob Sale has lost his crown. He is third. So we'll call him Rob the Turd. Third. Rob the Third. Ha! Sorry, everyone. Can't take me anywhere at 7:30 in the morning. But I was here almost on time. Almost. It was 1 minute. Well, about 30 seconds. All right, it was 1 minute. It was 1 minute. Well done, Dave. Slotar there. And third, Rob. And Tara is only jealous because she wasn't first. That's what jealous people say. Big kids. She's trading tomorrow at the Spalding Model Tractor Show, but we'll catch up with you all later. Okay, fantastic. And I have angled that, so I really appreciate your help, Tara, on helping me out with the agriculture show. Perfect placing. Let's go. So, Fox and Walls, half an hour till That's priceless. Put in. Oh no, it's genuine as well. She put in there. They put it in there at 7 o'clock. I thought I was reading some steady comments there. Is it some recent comments like 28 minutes past 7, and there's Fox and Walls going, yeah, it'll be about half an hour. No. I tell you what, while we're on the note of Fox and Walls, everyone, do check out their channel, Slightly Mad Slot Cars, because they've been on a mission. They've been out and about. They've left the slot den and they've took us on a journey with them to a mega show. I tell you, mega. And some great interviews. I'm about 2/3 of the way through it. Thing is, I put it on naively yesterday when I started decorating. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, fit the ceiling. All right, this is no good. I'm trying to watch the video and paint. It's not working. So I'm 2/3 in. I'll watch the other third in a bit while I'm stirring paint. Awesome, though. I really recommend everyone to go and check out that video because it just gives you an insight of what's happening in the wider Australian market. And it is happening for sure. Really good. Really, really good. Good morning, Mark. How you doing? Mark sent us some imagery earlier in the week from his job. It weren't looking good. Parent open days. Wow. Morning, Steve. Morning, Brads. Morning, Anders. Great show on Friday, by the way. Thank you very much for that. It's a great live show on Friday. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Good morning, my friend. And Keith is awake. Oh, my God. We haven't even started talking about bridges yet, and he is here. So, did anyone watch Saturday morning cartoons yesterday? Hello, Bill. How you doing? From over Castle Rock. Here he is. Good morning, good evening, and good night, Vienna, to you. He's off to bed. No, fair play for sticking your head round the door. I mean, this is the last thing you need when you're going to bed. Hypo Pete on the dog, keeping you awake for the next 3 hours because you'd stuck your head into the manic Sunday slot car sessions. By the way, before you forget, because we're all hitting the age of what's terminology onset. So hit the like button now, please, before you forget. And if you're not subscribed to this, if you're watching back later, just found this carnage and you're thinking, wow, what? I need some of this in my life, then do hit the subscribe button and smash the cowbell, because that will make you notified of when not to watch me. So you could use it as a double-edged weapon. If you think, oh my God, what is this guy on? Then hit the subscribe and the cowbell. It will pop you up and say, he's on the telly, and you can go, hoo-ah, quick, turn the internet off for an hour. Amazing. So we've got a, and the other thing with Bill at Castle Rock, top guy, he thinks in a really selfless fashion as well, because he set up this charity gig on his track and got everyone in for an endurance. I think it was 12 hours. I think I watched it for a couple of hours on and off through the afternoon and evening, and it was really good. He had a right old broad church of people going in there to support the charity race. So he had students, he had neighbours, he had colleagues, he had ex-employees, he had them all going through there having the best time. And like, we're all sitting there on the edge of our seats going, thinking out, because we know how long it takes to do scenery. And then you've got Bill's level of scenery, which is like next level +3. And then he's letting any Tom, Dick and Harry from the neighbourhood and from his network come in and race. Talk about recipe for disaster. He did actually do a little post or video updating us on how far he got in with his repair job. Man alive, you're a good man, Bill. You're a good man. I'd have been sat there going, oh, I'd have removed all of the really difficult scenery to build before you went on with it. So as someone's winging a Zaxby Capri from sideways round there at like 50, 100 miles an hour, and it wings out, bang, and topples it like a Roman, you're not crying in the corner, trying to cut the power off, going, the gig is finished. The gig is finished, man. Oh, funny. I do, mate. I do. Hey, Doug. Doug is here. Good morning, Doug. How you doing, my friend? I'm going to make some progress. Now that I've almost finished the office, we can make some progress on the big bridge. That's right, Keith. I said bridge. Deal with it. Talking of mag racing, for some reason, they always come up in the end of the show. Let's do this now. Let's get them on the show now. Wow. Hey, you're back. You all right? Sorry, I was just using the loo in my little portaloo. Exactly, it's not that big. I'm talking about the portaloo. Come on. Right then. So thank you very much, Mag Racing, for a little insight into what you guys do for a living. And I highly recommend them. They're not only just salt of the earth, pillars of the community, lovely people. More Ian really than Doug, but you know, it's not a competition and we shouldn't pick our favourites apparently. I'm joking, Doug. I love you too, man. Sorry. To get myself cancelled here in a heartbeat. Oh, all this excitement at 7 a.m. in the morning. It's killing me. Thank you, Daz. You the man. Oh, no way. That is a great video. From what I've seen so far, and looking at the kind of ceiling detail on the office where I've gone over even over the tape for cutting in, all over the ceiling, perfect video. Absolutely nailed my office, which means it's got the engrossment factor that you want. No, it was just really good. It was a really good video because you're going, I don't want to elaborate too much and take the wind out of the sails. So I want to kind of create some, you know, some suspension, some kind of like intrigue. I need to go and watch that. You do need to go and watch that. That was a really, really good effort. And no, I really thank you very much, because unless people, you know, take a moment to go, let's go and you know, film our experience, not in the like context of like a tourist in London. I don't want to pigeonhole any Japanese or Chinese people, but they are the most renowned at just living their experience through a lens. Now, I always used to say, don't do that. Live in the moment and enjoy it. But if something is outstanding, then yeah, definitely get your phone out and record or take a picture of it, of course, because you want to show people what they will not believe. So this is a case of, I didn't even know something that big happened in Australia, slot car related, obviously, until I saw Fox and Walls on Slightly Mad Slot Cars video, which, you know, highly recommended. So, and it's always the adage is people come away from that, the people who make the videos, oh, I wasn't really happy with the kind of lighting, and there was music on in the background, might have been copyrighted, and there was, you know, and this and that. No, no, no. You went out there, you got off your Jack Jones, you went down there, you know, you probably spent your spine in it on slot cars, but you actually went down there, you contributed, and you shared it with us. We saw it. There's no denying slot cars are in Australia in a big, big way. And some of the prices on the boxes, I'll run it through my currency converter just to see what kind of price you're paying on the boxes and that. And there's some deals there, some really good deals. So if you're in Australia, you can't plead poverty, because there was a good deals, and there was all sorts of stuff there from, you know, £8 a car, £4 a car, £20 a car. Then you got the collector's side of things where you're paying whatever you feel the car is worth. Brilliant. It's no Gaydon. No, well, this is it. Gaydon, you've got to remember though, Gaydon is, I mean, we're slightly tricky because we sort of invented the concept here in the UK, and something else we invented and are no good at. I'm joking. But no, we invented the concept here. So there's been a long time of momentum in the same. I think it comes down to, actually, it's not about that. It's not about that, because everyone got that concept straight away. You know, got the Germans, the Italians, the Spanish, the Americans, they all got the concept. As soon as it went out, it was a thing to copy. But I think where we do well here in the UK, whereas you're not as fortunate in other areas, is geography. The geography of the UK is so small, and that's reflected because you can travel for 2 hours, 2.5 hours from me, and pretty much be almost at the Scottish border. And that's driving the speed limit. Whereas if you go to Australia or America in particular, then, you know, it's so massive. It's incredible. You know, a 6-hour flight to get, you know, just over to the next county. I drive through a county and a half to get onto my job here. So I think that's the sort of thing, and it's trying to get an epicenter, a group of people within these areas, of cities or counties. Really difficult, really difficult, because you know, we're in a digital generation. There's no denying that. You know, Blockbuster's gone. We watch our films online. We pay for the bus ticket or a train ticket with our phone. There's no, you know, tickets are gone. Renting physical things are gone. Being able to just go around your mates because you know they're going to be in and their mother's on the phone, so you're definitely not going to be distracted. You can just go around there and do something like play slot cars or build something or go out. Whereas now we're competing with a digital generation. Blimey, my lord, we've got some slot car royalty in the house. Mr. Farrow, good morning. Yes, I'm here. I've had a haircut in the week. I have my ears lowered. Look, I'll keep it on this side. I'm not happy with that side. Yeah, I'm coming next week. I just didn't fancy this week. It's absolutely cream crackered. We have, I have my weekly sales meeting at 4:30 on a Friday. I'm the last in the queue, which is a double-edged weapon, because when you're the last in the queue, the bad side is it's late in the day, so you can't like skive off after you've had your sales meeting. Not that anyone in the sales team does that, Gary, my boss, if you're watching. But the good side of that 4:30 meeting on a Friday is he's already had meetings with 8 other people. So he's like, so just go at him. Just you won't see me talk proper. Go on one of them meetings. I just nail him. And then he's like that after 20 minutes, like, okay, I think we should call it a day. And then I keep driving him for another 10 or 15 minutes. Hang on, while I got you, I need help with this. While I got you, okay. And in that way, it's like, he's like, by 5:10, he's like, I need to go. And I'm like, yeah. And got out of the meeting 20 minutes early. So anyway, that's a little strategy I'll deploy from you. If your boss is inclined to ring you on a regular basis and he has or they have a time. So one of my bosses used to ring me at 8:30. So I'd ring him at 5 to 8, because if you ring him or her, they're not ready. When they ring you, you're not ready and they're ready. It's a totally different conversation. Brilliant strategy for anyone there. And to young track fans as well, right? This is you can take this into your life. If you've been around a mates playing slot cars, or you're out, you know, at the slot car club, and you're supposed to be home at 4 o'clock, ring your parents at 10 to 4. That's 3:50 for those who can't read digital. 3:50, and say, yeah, I'm coming home. And they will not nag at you at all. They are skills. Anyway, did I see slot car Duderino pop in? There he is, the dude. Good morning, Oida. I will have to watch later. Enjoy the show, everyone. Yep, we are gonna go. No, I know, Poets Day stands for P off early. Tomorrow it's Saturday. That's right, P off early. Tomorrow's Saturday. We used to have it when I used to live in, live in Braintree, and I used to work in Sybil Headingham. I think that was the name of the place. Used to work in a factory making wooden doors. Rock and roll. Anything for money, people. We used to have Poets Day. It was the best. Well, I used to stay and do overtime, so it never really kicked in for me. But Poets Day was a thing of the old school. Morning. Love the thing you made. There you go. Anyone who's not tuning into Slot Art, do that immediately. Right then, so let's have a chat around what we come in for. Nice little slot car show, Sunday slot car sessions. Nice, that coffee is good. I'll tell you what I did do this week, which was great fun. We'll do it when we get to the show. Come on, let's get on with it. People got things to do here. We're hanging around chatting about life skills. Jesus. Hang on, hang on. We've got the parachute regiment have sent in a message via proxy, Daz being the proxy. Yanto sends his regards. He got in at 6:30 a.m. from being out with a swill massive drinking and went to bed, and we'll catch up later. Oh, really? Okay then. Oh, did someone just tell me openly that they're in bed, asleep? Oh, I bet Andy's gonna love this. Right then, let's see if Yanto's fallen for not turning his phone off. Ah, I love it. Right then. Well, we can't have that. I mean, seriously. I won't put it on speakerphone in case he swears at me. Ah, dear. No, he's not answering. Look, I am ringing him. See? Ah, yeah, we couldn't get him through. Hello, Ian. How you doing, mate? We just put in a call to Yanto. Yanto's told us that he'd been out all night on the beer and has gone to bed. I didn't think that that was very social, so I thought I'd give him a quick ring and double check what his motives were. But he's not answering the phone. He's obviously clearly experienced around people like me. I'm sorry, I'm just giggling here like a kid. Good morning, Paul. How you doing? Right, so here we go. Check that car out on the thumbnail. I tell you what, right, that is a superb piece of machinery from Scalextric, and I've got it here. I've got it here. I bought it in. I had a drive of it, right? I've driven this one. I've not driven the John Wick Cuda, Barracuda. Oh, I'll tell you what, right? I've got to share this with you because, look, if you're new to the hobby, right, and you're sort of learning things, don't be afraid to make a mistake and look like a proper tool. So I like speaking to Slotar the other day, and he was talking about getting a CUDA sent to him, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So anyway, I met up with Dave during the week. I went pop round for a brew, and we had a quick catch up. It's the first time I've been around there. His track is awesome. I saw Munden Park in the flesh. It's like, wow, much bigger than I thought it was going to be, and it looks so cool. The detailing in the scenery that we've been watching created over the years is as good as it looks on screen. There's no filters or no camera duggery on that. It is the real deal. I've seen it, and really exciting to see what's coming through. I can't obviously tell you some of the things that I saw in his zone because they're forthcoming. But what I would do is I'd say if you're not subscribed to Slotar, hang on a second. There you go. Logo on the screen right now. I'd definitely check it out. Get in there. He is literally the Dark Overlord when it comes to scenery, like proper. So anyway, yes, on the thumbnail, we've got this CUDA. So when I was chatting to him, I was like, he said, yeah, I'd asked them to send me the CUDA. And I'm like, I didn't send the CUDA. And then he sort of said, yeah, you shoot it on the show last week. The Barracuda, obviously. Okay, taxi for one. So there you go. See, so all this time watching people in America talking about CUDAs, this, CUDA, that. I had no idea. They're talking about Barracuda. I don't mind admitting it. You only know what you know, right? So, so let's talk about German car instead and get away from my embarrassing mistakes. I don't mind owning my mistakes because you just don't know everything, do you? You only know what you know. So this is just a stunning car. It's just a really nice bit of kit. And I'm going to possibly show it again in the show upon reflection. Okay, there it is, looking good in the action. Don't worry about that mass car pile-up you can see in the background. There's nothing to see there at all. Absolutely nothing. Hey, Gaz is in. The Bristol Massive are here. Quickly, turn up the drum and bass. Aha, not to be confused with cooties, says Fox and Walls. Thank you. Now, translate that into what a cooties is. He's just tying me up in knots here. I have no idea what's going on. All right, let's do it. Top of the tree. You know, this is the best part of the whole show. We shout out to the young track fans. To Albert Wilf, good morning. Saw you in the week. Legends. And a special shout out this week to Rowan, who I met for the first time ever. And he is growing superbly. He's walking, he's eating, he's got himself a polycar, BRZ. I saw that. He's playing with that. That's looking good. He's right on the tools already for such a young age. Slot R, role model father. There you go. That's all I can say. Role model father. Slot car in his hand. He's not even 2. See, that's how you do it. People, if you want to be a sports fanatic, you have to start training when you're like 3 or 4, especially piano players as well. And that's it. That's it. He's got a car in his hand and his dad's a car nut. This is only going to go one way for the future of slotting, the good way. So good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Eleanor. Good morning, Liam. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Lewis B. and Jacob and Orson, sorry. Good morning, Jacob here in Northamptonshire. Good morning, Mia. Good morning, Elliot and Benji. Benji and Jacob Edwards. Good morning to you too. Good morning, Cam over in the West Midlands. He's my guy. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, Charlotte and Mason and Owen and Jack. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, George, Emily and Jacob. Jacob up in North Staffs. Hang on a second. Have we got... we've got 3 Jacobs now. Jacob's like a popular name in the slot car hobby. This is going to be interesting in 10, 15 years' time. Ah, yes. Just a quick word in from Rowan before we actually, let's do this. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, George, Bailey, Logan, Sophia, and Rayster, Raymond, my 3rd nephew. Yes, his first word was car. Dave is so proud. So his first word is car. Okay, I like it. Nice. But there's one person I didn't give a shout out to yet. And it's only because he's ultimate legend, co-host extraordinaire. I'll pop round there in a week because Ruben, my co-host, as we all know, is my co-host. So Ruben I'll pop round to. Now, Ruben, I swear to God, entrepreneurialism is within him. So I got a note. When was it? Tuesday evening. Was it on Tuesday? No, go Essex. Yeah, Tuesday evening, saying that Ruben needs money, and Ruben does things the right way. He doesn't go out to his dad and go, "Yeah, Dad, I need money. Give us some." What he does is he goes, "Right, how can I earn it? I want to earn money, big money, my own money." So he come up with an initiative to make personalised bracelets. So I've got one here. It says Pete on it. That's my one. And then I've got one for the show, one for the set. It says Track Fans TV on it. So I'm telling you now, if you want one of these, and then one for my wife in purple, her favourite colour, Maria. Excuse me. So I'll pop this back on. There you go. So I'm wearing mine. So if you want one of these, get in touch with Andy and Ruben Racing. You can find their YouTube channel, Andy and Ruben Racing. They'll pop up in the chat at some point later. You're supporting a young track fan, develop some bish and bash to buy some slot cars with. You're not giving him money, you're encouraging him to make money and getting something for it. See, he's listened and he's understood how the show here works. If you're gonna invest some money, you definitely should expect something back for it. That's how it works. Unless it's charity, of course. And I encourage charity if only you have the money or the resource to do it. Don't make yourself a charity case by doing a charity. Oh, shut up, Dave. Daz. Shut up, Daz. God, seriously, you know what I mean? It's like, God, the abuse you get on this show, the abuse you get on this show. Anyway, Ruben, well done. Check, 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 check. How's that? Okay. Ah, there you go. Can you hear me again now? Just give us a thumbs up or something. Very noisy. Okay, cool. Cheers, Steve. Thank you. There you go. So what we got that going on there? I'll tell you what was going on. The microphone died. Fortunately, I got the 2-pack air back in the game. That's why I got this here. In case they both die, I've got a third backup. You see, not that it's my first streaming rodeo. Yeah, Andy, you've just missed the segment. We were just boosting up. You're probably going to get a string of calls now for these. My membership went out today, the same price. Can you... Well, I'll do some research on this today. I'll go on to it and just... I'll sort that out. Don't worry. Anyway, where were we? So we're sorting that out. Save the dates, slot car market, just putting this on your radars. I'll do it so we've done it last week, we did this week, and we will go again in a couple of weeks just to keep reminding you, because it's only like, well, I don't know, 7 weeks away now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 8 weeks, 7 weeks after this one. So it's not long. It's not long at all. And we get stripped out. It's going to be awesome. It's just been nice to see everyone catch up. Okay. What do I do then? Okay, I'll apply myself. I'll give that some serious thoughts as the morning progresses. I'll give that some thought. We'll have a solution, because that's what I do for a living. I create solutions, mainly to the problems that I create, I must admit. If you can't wait till November the 30th to get a slot car fixed, then you're always welcome to join the guys up north in Leeds for this swap meet. It's going to happen on the Wakefield Road in Rothwell Sports Centre. So that is going to be amazing. Now, the Northerners, they know how to do things, so that will be well attended, well stocked, and well priced. There you go. And that might be, I need a PA, I definitely do. Yeah, is anyone out there who's been a member for a while, preferably on the head of the crowd track fans, not overly precious about their history or anything like that? If they've been like on the channel for 3 months and what have you, not if you've been on it for 2 years. So if you've been on it for like 3 months and you fancy maybe doing a little bit of guinea pigging for me, like cancelling the membership and rejoining at a lower level, preferably the lowest level, so you don't have to do it again. And then let me know, if you rejoined, did you still have all of the history? A couple of people that are members are kind of apprehensive about cancelling the membership and rejoining because they've got a load of history to the membership. You go like all your perks, your this, that, and the other, your not performances, but it gives you sort of how active you were on the channel, and you know that's quite something. You know, I like statistics now and again. Cheers, Steve. Thank you, mate. I think Steve's on the middle tier. He's going to cancel and downgrade, rejoin. Sorry, cancel and rejoin at a lower tier, and then let us know. So Steve did a monster shift yesterday, 17 hours in the bingo hall, and then he's going to help us and see if cancelling and rejoining wipes out his history. Steve, legend. Beer coming your way at some point this week. There you go, swap meet. So Lou, bit far for you, I think, that one. Right, anyone else got the blues because the winter is coming? Check out them wheels. Check out them wheels. Wow, from Staff Slot Cars, of course. Absolutely superb. Hang on a second. I've just got to check something. That's good. Yeah, see, there you go. Oh, 26 months. Wow. 12, 20, that's over 2 years. 2 years, guys. 2 years. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you very much, guys. All Staff's wheels are sweet, says Lou, sorry. Anyone got the blues? Well, you can get the blues from Staff Slot Cars is what you can do. Telling you knee. Anyway, should we have a closer inspection of what Staff Slot Cars do? I think so. Let's do this. And we're back in the game. Excellent work. Thanks for that, Steve. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. So, if you have got the blues, and we're not talking about slot car wheels now, I definitely think that we should have something to look forward to. Oh, like a competition, says me, says you. Yep, a competition. So, what we'll do is we're not going to do it now. We're going to do it later in the show, of course, because that would be giving it away too soon. Nothing like creating a little bit of future thinking suspension on the show. There you go. So the stipulation for this competition is it's happening live. Apologies for anyone watching back later or around the world in a different time zone. And the reason that we're only doing it live, and the second stipulation is that it is only a competition for the UK. And it's not I don't know, what do you call it? Yeah, it's not a populist thing. It's a case of the products that the Racing Room Extras are creating at the moment to be able to export anywhere in the world. And this is for any product, whether it's a ceramic tile, whether it's an airbrush, whether it's a digital camera, or even slot car scenery, or even a slot car itself. You need what's called a CE marking, okay? Now, just to prove a point, you got a CE here. See that? CE. Now that tells people around the world where that product was made at its origin, okay? Now, this is to stop people like the Chinese flooding your market with inferior tuts, because what happens is they get fined for that. So what they then do in the ceramics industry, just to give you an easy example, is China sends their products to Italy, and then you buy the products from Italy and they say they're Italian. See how that works? So what, I don't know if it's just the EU or the world thing, actually, upon reflection, they make you put on a CE marking so that you know if you're buying a product from Italy that it was made in Italy, not in China, and just backdoor through Italy. So the products that they're making, they're just going to achieve the CE rating so that they can export it elsewhere. So just for the purpose of this competition alone, it is only applicable for UK residents, not for people who are from the UK who are abroad. It doesn't work like that. It's for people, it's got to go to a UK address, okay? Where it goes after that is up to you, I think. But just for the sake of being straight down the middle, Tom at theracingroomextras.com has asked us just to punt it to the UK audience. There you go. Right. So, and this is what is up for grabs in the competition. The competition will be coming up a little bit later in the show, so I'll give you ample warning before it happens. So if you're like holding it, let's say for to be decent, or you're sort of, you think you might have to go out, to give you, I'm going to give you enough notice, about 5 minutes notice or so, that a competition is coming. So you've got enough time to get ready, be prepared. Going to do the number draw in the chat. Get to a number. Whoever gets it first will win it. And your details I'll send direct to Tom. Tom will send it to you. And we would love for you to build it and send us some photos of it, please. There you go. Jamal is in the house. Good morning, Jamal. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. How you doing? Just since you're here. It's all good, baby. I'm wearing Jamal merch. American Muscle. Getting a decorating later. Awesome. Right, we've had a sighting. Sighting, everyone. Track fan sighting. They're doing some research, thinking, what can I share? Who's been out and about? Who's been doing stuff? Brilliant. Rob Crossland is out there. Good morning or good afternoon if you're watching this later, Rob. We've seen you in Abergavenny. He was out there in the Welsh coast doing a business on the slot rally GB Abergavenny leg. Sorry, it's the law. You've got to say it like that. That's where Fireman Sam was from, I believe. Abergavenny. If you don't know what Fireman Sam is, Google it. And yeah, he is on tour, looking good. I'd love to know where you ranked in the competition overall on the day. And yeah, it must be nice as well. You're in a room where you're the young guy, if you look around. So that's double win, a double achievement. Now, nice to see you out and about though, mate. Having a good go. Indeed, sighting. And Janu is up. Good morning, Janu. He's just reminding us 2 weeks time, National GT3 Championship analog up at North Staffs. I wonder, I didn't ask last week, Janu, is young Jacob going to be racing? I know the usual heads are going to be there. I didn't ask if the young track fan extraordinaire, Jacob, he's an amazing racer and he builds his own cars. Driving, Pete, driving. What? He's back behind the wheel, Jamal. Jamal is back behind the wheel. I think almost, oh, come on. Right, what was the issue? Was it the controller, the braids? Did you have dodgy tyres? Did you nick someone's car and it turned out to be a lemon? What was it? What happened? Rob, no! I cannot believe you come. Well, you know, if I went there, you would have been second to last. So that would have been good for you, not for me. So I like to just share now and again a little bit of a picture of a rally track, because we look at these big speedways, these big raceways from all around the world. They are massive, like last week, Dick's home track, Dick Guerin. If you didn't see the show last week, definitely go back and have a look at that. Track focus was immense. Dick said to us a couple of months ago, he's breaking down his track, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what's he going to do now? He's just, that's it. Dick's had it. And then all of a sudden, boom, he comes out with a new track, a big track that blocks out the sun. It's that huge. I mean, I look at that track and I think, yeah, I want to race it. And then I think, no, I definitely don't want to dust that down. It's amazing. And now I can't wait to see what he does around that, because he's got a vision for scenery as well as an eye for a good track. Yeah, Jamal was in a car accident. I tell you, you want to see the other guy. That'll be the last time he cuts him up at the traffic lights. Now, sending our wishes, Jamal. I hope you're feeling, well, you must be feeling better if you're driving. Seriously, don't play this or you'll never get another fare again. I wonder if Jamal drives his car like he drives his slot car track on two wheels. Yeah, he's got some love coming in here from Brad's Jamal and Paul, slot car 2021. There you go. So yeah, that is exactly right. It's about the love of the slot car racing. Getting a feeling of that throttle, tackling the terrain, seeing how you're going to deal with this, how am I going to approach this, because every rally track is different. Oh my word, if you've not ridden rally, it is just like the Wild West on the track. Brilliant fun though. Yeah, brilliant fun. I highly recommend it to everyone. So go and do that. Have some of that. Get them comments back on the TV. Is making everyone like look hard here. Now, oh yes, remember last week? Yeah, remember last week I told you I got my video was banned. I got banned in the UK. Got not only copyrighted, but I got banned. Like it would not show the video in the UK. Everyone around the world could watch it because I checked it with my VPN, put myself in other countries, and I could see the video on my channel. But the UK was blocked by the evil corporation. So of course, you know what I'm like, David and Goliath. If you know the fable, the religious story. So I went after them. I thought, I'm not having this. You can hit me. I'm getting back up and I'm coming over there. I don't care how big you are. You know, I'd rather go out in a blaze of glory than think for the rest of my life I should have done that. So I appealed. I went after ITV, which is a major. Well, it's it's like, I don't know what the equivalent in America or Australia or Europe would be, but it's a big channel, all right? It's the opposition of the BBC, the bloated broadcasting corporation. Sorry, the British Broadcasting Corporation. I slip up. So, yes, we won. The slot car action has won. The pen is mightier than the sword, track fans. I doffed them an appeal and used some very, very good grammar, some very big, long words. And it looked like they've appealed it. They've overturned the appeal. Thank you very much, ITV. We went at it and you've overturned it. You've realised that the video is for fun and just let it go. You know, you let it go. So thank you very much. I've got to say, I've got to give it to you. Credit where credit's due. I appreciate it. Shouldn't have done it in the first place, I might add. But fair play to you. Good morning, Rahul. Here he is. Ah, oh, blimey, I tell you what. Did anyone yesterday, see the Saturday morning slot car tunes? Saturday morning slot tunes. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Major announcement. Now I was gonna relay it today, the announcement they made yesterday, but I'm not going to, because what I'd like to do is maybe invite Joe or Peter or Rahul or all three of them, whoever can stay up the latest, probably Rahul, to come on and go over the idea, the concept of the thing that they've just created. They're beta testing now till the end of the year. And, you know, just when you think everything has been done, they've come up with, quite frankly, I haven't got a pound, a bloomin' good idea, a really good idea. Now they kind of, Rahul come up with sort of, I think Rahul opened the door on this a couple of years ago with the GRL, the Global Racing League, but it's just, they've took it a step further. And I am really excited about this. I am really excited about this because it's just genius. So go, Rahul, if you've got the legs in you, mate, stick a link to yesterday's show in the live chat and in the comments, please, mate. I need everyone to see this. And then what we'll do is we'll arrange a time for whoever wants to do it, one or all, to come on and share the experience, because I am so excited about what you've come up with. The concept is absolute genius, and I think that this is going to cause some real inner circular trust mayhem. You know, you can trigger the track fans pretty quickly in the group. This is just going to put massive wind in the sails of not just the group here, but the whole community. What you've done is literally going to cement everyone together. It's such a good idea. I'm so blown away by what you've created, mate, honestly. Yanto, what the blue blazers are you doing up already? I just give you a ring. You're supposed to be in bed. This was Pete, Joe and Mike from Big Oak. Okay, cool. But aren't you their PR company? So, no, I don't, fair play. See, that's what I like about you. Selfless to an end. No, I appreciate that, Rahul. So whatever, we will get them all on and going on. Body armor is optional. What, for this show? I think you need some, yeah, you need some therapy for this show, I tell you. Okay, so David versus Goliath. David 1, Goliath 0. Although it's not like that, because to be fair, they've released the embargo and I'm grateful to ITV for allowing the content to be used, which says to me then, actually, if it was quite straightforward like that, I wonder if I can interact some other choice scenes into my content. Yeah, it's best to ask for forgiveness than to beg for permission in some cases. So steam on, do it, get brought down, appeal it, see if you can win it over, and we'll go. Thank you very much, Rahul. The link is coming into the comments and the live chat. You the man. Right, is anyone, just something that I thought about, you can populate this in the chat as we're chatting away. And don't forget, we've got a competition coming up. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be epic. Considering your holidays in a given year, we obviously don't have that many of them, unless you're on the rock and roll or work for yourself. The rock and roll is on the dole, or universal credit as it's called now, or social security. No, not social security. What do you call the dole in America? I don't know. Gone blank. Welfare, that's it. If you're on the welfare, you've got more time. But people who work out there, you get a limited amount of days a year to go on holiday. And of course, if you're in a functioning family, those holidays are often taken up with children being sick. So you use your holidays to take care of little Johnny. Or they're mainly taken up with family holidays and things like that. You know, you have to save some crisp, whatever. So if you're doing like went to LA last year for the annual Slot It US Nationals Group C race, which was unbelievably cool. If you go like do a holiday like that, Have you got any plan? Do you do that? Do you go on a slot car holiday, or do you go on holiday and look for slot cars like I've been doing until last year? I'm just thinking because, you know, how far in the rabbit hole are you? If you're going on a slot car holiday, I think you're pretty far in. You're well over halfway. Well over halfway. Here we go, Doug. Doug says, all my holidays are slot related as the wife doesn't let me out on doesn't let me go on a normal holiday as I travel away with work. Yeah, to be fair though, Doug, when we go away, it's not really like a holiday, is it? Because we're constantly working, doing shifts, changing it, going to get food, running to the van for something. You know, it's not like we're flopping, where we're flying to LA and then flopping on Venice Beach and drinking pina coladas for the rest of the week. It's not, is it? Maybe going to Italy next year to race drag cars. Ooh, but we do stay away for the slot festival. Yeah, that's a good point. We all do that actually. So yeah, I think that this question is nil and void. Even Slot R does a slot car holiday once a year. Yes, there you go. Someone get Slot R to the Goodwood. No, take him super touring. Don't take him to Goodwood. Take him super touring. And by the way, if you are, you know, I'd hate to say it, Slot R, but you know, when you work for Magnetic Racing, you don't get any time off. They are absolute slave drivers. Honestly, they're like, no, I'm joking. They're like constantly telling you to go and do something. They're like, go, go, go. I'm like, why on earth would I go when there's a massive slot car track here and I'm allowed to play it and encourage other people to play it? Why the hell do I want to go over there and look at all of them amazing cars racing around the track when I got one right here? So, yeah, it might frustrate you. But yeah, you'd be a natural at that. You would love that, Dave. 200 people in front of you, like staring you down. Next year, Rahul's going to be traveling quite a bit for wargaming tournaments. Yeah, I know. Just going back to this one, Doug, like flying to Venice Beach and chilling out. No, they don't see it like this at all, do they? And that's the thing. That is the thing. So next year, Rahul is going away to a lot of wargaming tournaments. Whereabouts, Rahul? Are you going to the States or keeping it in Canada, or are you coming over to Europe? Wait, what's your program? When we go on holiday, Lionel says, George and him take a track to the hotel. Legends. See, you never let me down, Lionel. Never let me down. Unbelievably good form, mate. Well done. If I get a tourer car event, Slot R, you are invited. There you go. See, that's what this show does. It brings people together. And, you know, I'm not going to say it out there, but Slot R is cheap labour. He will work for beer. No, I don't know. The payment is behind is up to you guys, you know, staying out of it. But you know, 500 quid a day is just the going rate, I heard. Albert's in. Good morning, Albert. Hey, Albert, are you wearing your bracelet? Cool. Well done. LA, Chicago, UK. UK. You slipped that one under the radar very quietly at the end of that sentence. Don't think that that went unnoticed. Right, elaborate. When, where, and how long? Because you might think that you're doing Warhammering tournaments, but I gotta break it to you. We might interrupt those plans. No, seriously. Okay, right. Well, who do you need me to network with to make it happen? We'll get that going on here. Yeah, exactly what I said. Where? Unbelievable. Okay, so for me, wow, just over 1,000 people this year. Unbelievable. That is incredible. Good work. For me, slot car holiday in will be, yeah, probably UK Slot Festival. After the last 3 months, what are we on? July, August, September. Yeah, last 3 months. That's a quarter of a year. Again, turbulent. What is the matter with this? But great news. I'm doing all right at this place. I think it's a lot. I think it's one's a keeper. I'll be doing the Slot Festival as well, staying down there. It's going to be epic. Going to be leading everyone astray. So, hot pick of the week. We saw it before. We're going to see it again. Here it comes. Oof, look at that. Straight into the close-up. Absolutely stunning bit of car. And I tell you what, right, it drives so well. It reminds me very much so of this for driving. It really does drive superbly. This was our Margate Tour car. We all bought those. That was ace. But I think I like high detail. I think that's where I'm sort of veering towards. I love the TV movie cars because they're just so much fun. But I do getting a little bit of a soft spot for these Beamers because even the police car is smoking hot. You can't see it through the logo. Unbelievable. Incredible. There you go. Even that is cool as you like. I'll put that somewhere safe, out of my reach. Morning, Ruben. How you doing, my friend? See, your dad was up before you this morning. Don't worry, Ruben. We had another track fan. He decided to tell everyone he went to bed at 6:30 this morning. So we had to call him up as well. He didn't answer, but he did drag himself in a little while ago. Lee Valley Athletic Centre. Okay. I'm just checking it out in maps. Okay. All right. So, wow, North London. Sick. Rahul, for once you finally picked somewhere. That is. Oh. Try and show you this on the map. Here you go. Right, let's check out where Rahul's going. Share this with you guys. Right, so I've dropped a pin in where Rahul is going. So North London. And then you can see up here is obviously the center of the universe for slot cars. And then in the whole scheme of things, so he's going to fly into South London here, near where it says Crawley. And then, yeah, so look, you know, that is good. That is good that you're there. Because it means you are literally, if there's no traffic, 45 minutes. If there's traffic, 4 hours. No, I'm only joking. You're about an hour from the house, if that. About 50 minutes tops. Perfect. When will you know so that we can fly over, see what you're doing? Can we convince a cruise line to have a slot on RC World Tour? That would be amazing. Touring car events are fun. You still alive? Just watching in the background. Yeah, it does look a bit red, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, there you go. So the gauntlet's being thrown down here by Fox and Walls for Rahul to go over to Australia. Now, where we're meeting up in September, exactly. So that was our hot pick of the week. And that leads us nicely into Daz! Wake up, Daz! Daz! It's time! Sorry, he just blew his speakers out. What do you deserve? Anyway, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just get straight into it. Because Daz has probably got bored, gone out to take the dog for a walk, and we'll do track focus, and he'll come and he'll have missed it all. Yeah, Daz! Got some, yeah, I know. Look at them cars, says Doug. Yeah, some modifieds. Someone out there is going to have built those as slot cars. 100%. I think this is what Pendle was toying about with, wasn't it? Making like a stock car kind of setup like this. A bit. Okay, so we'll start with... here we go. Improper use of a speedway track, lol. I know, who has to scrape the mud off afterwards? All right, we'll start with shot of the week. Goes to Lou. Not Lulu, Lou. Lou has done the, he's realised, he's woken up and realised he has a massive slot car addiction problem. This is what a slot addiction looks like. And you don't know, you've got that many projects going on. Welcome to retirement, Lewis. And yeah, Lou, mate, I feel for you. I can see a GT40 there, a Zach Speed Capri there, a P68 there. Is that a bones of a Chappelle? The one that's sort of on the stand next to the paint pot? And I have no idea what that car is at the top of the screen. So, oh, brilliant. Right, well, congratulations to Australia, according to Slotar, becoming the World Team Speedways champions last night in a proper speedway. Well done. And, oh, McLaren Elva, that's what it is at the top of the screen. Thank you very much. Marcos. Oh, Lou, is the McLaren Elva the one on the stand next to the paint pot? The one at the top is a Marcos. Thank you very much for that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Revos Marcos. Revo slot Marcos. Have it. Ace. Well, we all know what Lou's doing until Christmas. He's actually steaming in and making good progress on these, I must admit, which is cool. So, Lou, which one's next? And whichever one you're doing next, what colour scheme are you doing on it while we move on? To a proper shot of the week, which is track focus. I quite like this because I liked the Marlborough van. I'd not seen that van before. Got a high suspicion it's a custom, obviously, a custom spray job, but it really works. I have 5 white kits to do. Yeah, me and Daz have just got about 100 magnetic racing kits to do. That's our kind of thing to do at the moment. But yeah, this is a great picture, not just for the cars and the sort of the trailer, the tow away, the scenery, the kind of option. And incidentally, if you look at the car on the trailer, and if you look right at the front by just past the front wheel, you'll notice that someone spelt Tara wrong. They've missed the R out of Tara. They've just put T-A-A. So I'll make sure I relay that to her later so that her people can make amends on, you know, getting that put right. Cheers for that, Steve. It is a good picture. And good morning, Shane, as well. Well done. Right. So Lou is painting the NSR 908 in Golf Blue Nürburgring. Now, the interesting thing here is the 908 isn't featured on this picture, which means he's actually got more white kits to do than is on this picture. He's got 6 in the making. That's just incredible. Yeah, so good, nice little shout out to the Australians here. You got Michelin Man holding up the Australian flag. No, don't go there, Pete. Bite your tongue, Pete. Sit on your hands, Pete. Maybe go to commercial break, Pete. It's all right, I'm back. So I was coaching myself away from slipping up and costing myself a much needed pound. It's on the bottom left. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even notice it there. Wow. Wow. I didn't even see that car there. They're all on the screen, everyone. All 6. Well done, Lou. Sorry about that, mate. And thank you. Great picture. Great picture. And as Daz said a moment ago, he loves to remind me when I've been bleating on for hours to hit that thumbs up, smash the cowbell, get in there. Okay, track 1 is from Greg Hall-Jones. So we'll have some of that. Here we go. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Here we go. Look at the track. That is awesome. Ton of scenery going on. It's got the pit buildings going on. And they've been lit. Tell you what, they remind me of the pit buildings that Slot Track Scenics were developing towards the end, where they had a lot of hospitality in there. Absolutely first class, right? Nice. Thank you very much, Greg Hall, sharing that one with us. So thoughts on that? That is a big, big track. Very well established track. A flying aircraft on there. Yeah, I saw that. Should we run through it again? Should we just... Oh no, I've deleted it. Don't worry about that. Okay, we're going to have to do this a little bit on the fly, unfortunately, because for some reason, these things haven't stuck in my tray. Had all of them lined up before I started, but they're just not stuck in a tray. It's a glitch in the matrix. Right then, so Armchair Racer. So still shot. This was a nice bit of kit sent in by Daz. So thanks for spotting this one, Daz. I love it. The detail is immense. Like if you see just where the word racer is and just look above that, just the detail of having it's such a rustic track that he's got like half, you know, he's cut his tires in half to put up sort of loose, you know, borders around that corner. It's just giving it a feel that it's sort of like that wasteland kind of desert kind of track where there's not a lot of resources around that you can get to make things with. So it's a bit, I don't know, it looks to me like it's sort of patchy and sporadic, but that's the look. And then you go in a bit closer and you start to see detailing, like amazing detailing, like this, where you've got him, he's buried the car in, but it's not just to bury the car in for a crash. There's the weathering is in the same colouring as the scenery, so it's really authentic. And the little man is climbing out of the car, which is good because normally I've never seen that, someone climbing out of the car. So it's just, yeah, it's just bringing ideas that we can use. I wouldn't say steal, I'd say use on our tracks. I've always been a fan in crash scenes, as you know from following the channel for a few years. There's nothing better than a mega crash. So I like this armchair racer. He's featured on the show before as well because he comes up with some good inspirational tracks. And yeah, well done, Lucy. Another great track. Wow, says Steve. Cool scene from Doug. If Doug says that's a cool scene, take that. Definitely. Very barren indeed. So just having a look, it's quite barren. That's it. I think that's right. And it's got that kind of openness to it as well. It reminds me of Pat's old track. It reminds me of Dick's former track where they got that kind of look and that feel to them where it's meant to be sparse, sporadic. It's meant to be open and kind of, you can see everything that's happening with your car. One of the challenges we were talking about earlier in the week, Slot R and I, when we had a coffee, was when you're designing a track or scenery, how you look over that, can you see the car, or you're going to lose the vision of the car behind the scenery? No problem on this track whatsoever. So yeah, really good shout out on this one, Armchair Racer. Thank you, mate. And Dick's been out on tour. So the only thing I can do is bring this on the screen. So let me just take that off the screen a second while I sort out the levels, or you'll all be blinded. Blinded by the lights. All right, here we go. Another awesome track. So he's been out and about. I'm only showing this track. So if you want to see what's happening around the background, you might spot other tracks or other things going on. DG Raceway, Dick Guerin is your man. But in the interim, he has shared this track with us. A 6-lane behemoth is the best way to describe it. Who wants to go? Hit me up in the chat, let me know. I would give for a go on that track for sure. Let's have a look at it again. I mean, it takes him like a minute to walk down to the other end. So that was happening. That is happening this weekend. I'm only showing you this track. Like I said, I've got a feeling that, you know, Dick being out and about on the road, and I've took this from Dick's pages, so it's already out there. I'm not stealing anyone's content before you go start kicking off. But look at it. What is this place? I'm going to be tuning in to the video that he makes about this to find out where the hell this amazing place is in Australia. So if you're watching down under, there is hope. There is hope for you. Let's get rid of that one. Awesome. And that was one mega track. South Aussie track. Here we go. Fox and Walls straight in there. Looks quick and technical, says Paul. And it is SA, South Australia. So what is that, like a couple of hour drive from Melbourne? How long would it take you to get there? I'm just putting it together in my head. I'm just going to drop this in there. My brother's in Melbourne. Maria, my wife, is going to see him next year, and I'm not going. But there you go. I'm being sensible. I'm doing the right thing. Okay, who's next? Let's go. Oh, okay, cancel that. Oh, error on my way. I didn't write over that one, did I? Oh, that's interesting. What? 8-hour drive? Wow. It's like driving from my house to central London, 60 miles away. 8 hours for Hub, 8 hours John D. WAR is West Adelaide Raceway in South Australia. Well, we've just put them on the map, more on the map than they are, or that I didn't know that where they were for sure. That's great. Thank you ever so much for letting me know. Paul's the same. 8 hours. Wow. Imagine that. And then getting there and realize you forgot your controller. Ah! Right. 4 a.m. time for bed for the slot head extraordinaire. Rahul, mate. Cheers for tuning in. You're such a legend. And I bet he's been tinkering, painting his Warhammer armies whilst he's been watching the show. Yep. Slick as ever, my man. Slick. Just call me Rick from now on. And here we go. We've got a great track in Luke Michelande Devos. And again, I'm just going to have to sort it out. So I'll just remove that. All right, let's just do the levels. Here we go. Another big track. Big track. I love the street lights all around. I love those street lights. Now, if you're going to get street lights like that, just be sure to check what the voltage is for them, because if they're 3 volts and you rig them into your slot car power, you're going to blow a lot of them like I did. So here you go. Here's a teenager doing the laps, testing it out. We'll have another quick look at the track, so people who are actually looking at various bits of detailing. You got to detail. What? 12-hour drive? 12-hour drive from Fox and Walls. That is incredible. 12 hours. Is that doing the speed limit, or is that driving a bit quicker? 12 hours. This you're entering Cedric territory here over in San Francisco, mate. I tell you. He drives from San Francisco to LA, 12 hours. He sets off at midnight, gets there at midday, gets on the track and has a race. I mean, seriously, commitment. We don't have commitment like that in the hobby these days. But Luca's track, wow, that was some incredible scenery, says Paul, backs it up as well. Lots and lots of lights, says Brad, totally and utterly. Nightmare to Marshall. I think you're going to turn the power down on that, Daz, so you're not having these wing cars flying off everywhere. That would be deadly, wouldn't it? So many cool tracks out there, says Doug. This is like literally inspiration.com for Doug. Doug and Ian are the guys who create the inspiration, and I wonder where they get theirs from. Now we're finding out. Sunday slot car sessions, track focus is where it's happening. Right, NSR Championships now run and won at the West Adelaide Raceway. Most of the race decided in the last 19 seconds after several hours of racing. My Lord, that is a massive, massive time to race. And in the last 19 seconds, if you blinked and you didn't win that, you would be proud, not upset, to have done so well and had such a close race. They're going to be friends for life, those two people, first and second place, aren't they? Jamel's, stop watching the telly while you're driving your car, Jamel. Don't do it. But thank you. It must have took years to do. Well, if doing the speed limit, it'd be more like 13 and a half hours. Oh, okay, yes, see, yeah. Lots of good tracks today. Okay, well, let's carry on. You never know. We might see some more. Who knows? I think that was the last one. It was the last one. Now, to be fair, I saw this and literally spat coffee, because does anyone else resonate with this statement? Is it just me? I thought it was pretty damn accurate. So the wife says, yeah, You know it. Okay, so track focus. Brad says he's driven to Bay Area and LA in 6 hours. Of course you have. Track focus is the motivation I need to do some scenery work. And anyway, Rome wasn't built in a day. Tough. Yeah, but the thing is the thing is, Paul, is you've been on a double-edged weapon. Firstly, you've had to work weekends forever. You don't do that now. And secondly, you've been working weekends in a gym, and gym people never pay any money, which is why when I left the army as a fully qualified fitness instructor at a military standard, I didn't pursue personal fitness or working in a gym because there's just not enough money to live on it. How you've managed to live is a miracle. So you've got now a new career and time. It is going to be epic for you. All right, so if you are talking about America, talking about Cedric doing a 12-hour shift, talking about Brad's doing a 6-hour bender down to Bay Area, what we've had is we've got some trading tariffs have been put on the world by Trump, which, you know, if you're a business person, you would totally agree with, because why would you not? Why would you be charged and not charged? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, enough of that. But there's a 10% tariff on, apparently, goods into the US from the UK. It's different from elsewhere. And to offset this, because Ian and Doug are great people and they welcome your business and they're grateful of your business in America, and they don't want to rub the equilibrium up the wrong way. So there's ways on doing this. You can either buy direct from Ian and Doug, or you can buy from a US stockist like Electric Dreams, or other brands may exist for them. Now, buying in the US will get you around the tariffs. It will probably give you a good delivery cost. But if you are anti-establishment, if you don't like buying from companies that, you know, you feel are established, and you want to buy direct from the manufacturer, and you want to support Ian and Doug to the fullest, you can buy direct from them at magneticracing.com. And it is just such a good shop with literally everything you can think of in there. It is awesome. Electric Dreams have most of their stock, says Doug. Lol, they're good people. And storage does. If only there was a great solution for that. I've got a feeling that someone might have designed some slot car storage this week along the way. Now, I'm just toying with him about like whether it will appear in the show or not. You know, might do, might not do. We are getting towards the end. It was a great way of getting him to tune in and sorry, I'm multitasking here. It's not working. It's a good way of tuning in and watching the whole show. So yeah, 10% discount, USA discount, USA 10 in the discount code. Now, I haven't checked to see if I can put this in the discount code box in the UK, but I think your delivery address is going to be a giveaway. All right, if you try your luck, they're gonna know about it. Okay, so what else have we got going on? We've got Tara's figures, of course. And while we're here, I think we should definitely yeah, we should definitely have a look at that. Come on, let's do this. Hilarious. I was just looking at this. Whether driver Ian might get angry. Yeah, no, you know, you can do it, but what you'll find to happen is you just won't get no chewits. You'll get a delivery light version. They'll take their 10% out of that box before they send it. I'm only joking. They are salt of the earth. So, and then we wouldn't take the mickey out of them anyway, because they do so much for the hobby. I'm only having banter. Definitely amazing. Definitely amazing. Right, hang on a second. John D, the TAA on the Tirana, that was the Tara misspelt, was Trans-Australia Airlines sponsorship of the Holden dealer team back in the 70s. Right, cheers, John. Thank you, mate. And if we need just a quick refresher of what John's referring to, I can share that with you now, because I've figured out how to go back and just get to the picture. Look at that. Slick. That was slick. Come on, you got to admit it, Daz. Admit it. That TAA on the front of that car there. So yeah, we were looking at Tara's figures. And then we have, of course, we have the competition from the Racing Rooms Extra. They do these kind of sceneries. The thing that I think is going to be game changing for them is their big moldable barrier system they've got going on. It is a really, really good idea. Now, if you followed the banned video, the video that was banned about the SPC from Captain Scarlet, this one to be precise. So Scalextric just launched the Captain Scarlet SPC. Yeah, I called it the SPV in my video because I was so excited. I just can't get enough of Captain Scarlet. This is the best thing I've seen all year. Even possibly a contender for Car of the Year. You will know that it struggles around tight corners a little bit. So these bigger barriers are going to give it that little bit of extra space on the width of the track to just smoke it around the internal corners. It's going to be fabulous. But, you know, new kids on the block, definitely a place for them in the hemisphere here. And I think, yeah, nicely done. And to that tune, what they'd like to do is offer a competition for track fans viewers, and as I said, it's restricted to the UK purely because they're looking for the CE markings. So we've got 45 people in the chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to WhatsApp somebody here who is responsible for slot car storage a number between 1 and 50, and oh, hang on a second. No, I'm not going to do that. Right. Who is out of the UK that wouldn't mind helping me with the competition now as a second set of eyes? This is the voice of the Mr. Ons. Because we're going to do the number game for the competition, where the number game being as when I shout, go, you fire in the numbers between. There's 44 people in the chat, so we're going to go number between 1 and 44. And yep, Fox and Walls is going to help. So let me I've got to find out. Are you watching this together, Fox and Walls, or are you apart, let's say? I'm just going to whack it into both the chats I've got for you guys. Right, you should both have the number now that we're looking out for. Cool. So, right. So if you want to win, if you're in the UK and you want to win this amazing grandstand from racingroomextras.com, then stand by. Number between 1 and 44. Let's go! Come on, let's see your numbers, people. We're going to get a bit of lag now while waiting for numbers. 14 from Rob. Rob straight in on the numbers. Here we go. 36 from Doug. Doug wants to win this. And 25 from John. No, close. 4 from Lionel. We've got 12 from Keith. Keep it going. 13 from Paul's. 27 from Rob. 26 from Mark. 23 from Keith. Oh, I can't say, but yeah. So Yanto, what are you doing? You're supposed to be asleep, drunk as a lord. Oh, I forgot the number. Hang on a second. Let me just check no one's won it. Oh, that was so close. Someone was so close. All right. Okay, stop. Got a winner. Got a winner. Got a winner. Okay. Okay, let me just check. I'm going to go back. If someone's got this number before Paul, they're a winner. Steve's got the number before Paul. Okay, just scrolling back up the chat to make sure that no one got the number before this guy. Okay, if anyone wants to just back me up and make sure I got that right. Yes, thank you. We've got official adjudication. Steve at SPP Slots has won this competition. Whoa, winner, Steve-O. Come on, mate. Let's have a round of applause at the back. Yes, get in. And then what we'll do is, Tom will send this direct to you, and then you will have your own Racing Room Extras scenery. It'll be the first one on your track. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel weird because you've got mainly these buildings. Now you've got this one coming in. They'll work together perfectly. Stunning. Well done, Steve. Well done. And thank you very much to Tom at Racing Room Extras for kindly donating for one of the Track Fan viewers to win the competition of this immensely cool grandstand. Well done everyone, well done all round. Yeah, exactly, something else to build. Bloody amazing. See, that 17-hour shift yesterday, it was worth it, right? While we're there, what we do have is we've got Jamal in the chat. We've got his merch being actually worn by me right now. My American Muscle t-shirt, yes. This one, my favorite out of his whole catalog is this one. And I've got it right here next to me on the set here. Let me share that with you. You can just see it sticking just out there. But it looks just like it does in the picture. Good quality cotton fabric, nice. But then there's been some inventions this week in the slot car community by none other than less than the resident Daz Hall. So if you remember, Daz is a bit of an inventor. So a little while back, he come up with this rotating billboard sign. He took a magnetic racing billboard, triangular billboard, and then stuck a motor in it and blew everyone away. So now he's been on the inventing side again. He's been inventing hard copy stuff, which is cool. You've got the guys over there, Pond and in Canada, doing next level IT invention stuff, software stuff. This is just, what a time to be alive in the hobby. What a time for the hobby this is. But check this out, right? I'm going to mute it as well, because I can't remember if he chats on it, and God forbid if he says something that we chat about. We're both out the door. Right, here we go. Check this out for some slot car storage as an idea. Check that out. This holds 100 cars. You can see Daz's collection now of BMs or Group Cs. There's a pattern emerging. Oh, look at that. There's the Lancia. Nice. He's got the mellow yellow. Yeah, got that. That is pretty cool. I'm liking it. All right, let's remove that before we get carried away. So nice one for that, Daz. And so we've got slotcarmagazine.co.uk. I'll take the slide down because pretty much got to the end of that there, and I'll just show you it. Look, boom, live time, no messing about. September edition. I am in date. This is the exact current model of the slotcarmagazine.co.uk, and it is literally full of slot car news, updates, heaven, you know, tyre stuff, competitions, win a BRM. Oh, wow. Yeah. Chaparral. What car's that? Yeah, I'd love to share what's in it, but do you remember we talked about this last time? Slot car centerfolds. That is the way forward, Mark and Rick. Slot car centerfolds, so that we can stick them on our wall around our tracks. It's going to be amazing. I tell you, I'm going to have to fan myself down. It's so hot as an idea. Amazing. Right then, there you go. So there's the content for the week. Boom. If only the coffee would last 2 hours. Definitely magazine, definitely the best. So that is a 44 centimeters, so 440 mil by, 440 millimeters diameter, which is quite useful actually, because we used to have tiles that are 450 mil, so I can relate to that. That's not a bad size at all. Hang on. No, it's over there. Tires sitting on a surface can get flats on them. DAS slot car made some 3D printed plates to stop that. Well, I've got to let you into a secret, right? Because what you've got here is you got a man of myth and legend called Boise. Now, Boise glazes for a living. So if you don't know, young track fans, glazing is putting the glass into the window frame. That's called glazing. And when you glaze, you put some pads in the frame, then you put the glass on them, then you put more pads on them, and then you put the second part of the frame in, the bead. Now, these things here are the little foam bits that they use to put against the glass while they're sorting it. Now, these things are pretty much exactly the same, and I'm sure Scalextric have ripped off Boise right now. Look, they put this on here to stop the wheels getting flats. It looks really similar, doesn't it? So there you go. And now if you put that on there, you can there or thereabouts. You can't make it out because the reveal on the box, but it holds the back wheels off the thing. So if you want to go a little bit fancy, you can get something like this that's been printed out, that you put the guide in the front bit here where my finger is, and then these bits sit on the back and it holds it off the floor. They're quite nice. So this was one that Janu kindly gave to me, that Wirral Slot Racing, WSR, Wirral Slot Racing. Wirral is up in Merseyside. It's actually where I grew up. I grew up on Wallasey. So small world, WSR, small world. But you can buy these. So if you've got shelf queens, then these are really nice. This has actually been over sprayed and everything. It did come grey. You can buy those and they sit nicely on it. So here, our workshop. So you put the guide in there and then it sits and holds your car up like that. And it keeps the back wheels nicely off the floor. If you're a young track fan or me, you don't have a lot of cash, but you do know someone who fits windows for a living, get them to get you some glazing pads. For a small fee, Boise might supply you some, but you have to pay the postage. And I think they're like, I think there's something like, I don't know, a couple of quid a sheet. It's like a bargain. So anyway, there you go. Nice tip though, John. Thank you very much for that, mate. 2 mil slab of mag racing sprue. Yeah, okay, there you go. No shelf queens. Yes, my guy, that's the approach to have. And then Paul's got his on a strip of wood. Okay, yeah, so he's doing the seesaw. So Paul's got a long length of wood about that wide and he sits them on top like that. There you go. That works. So, you know, we're covering it off here. We're finding out how to store what's a shelf queen. I love it. Well done, Daz. Bringing us round. And WSR 3D stands. There you go. WSR. We're all slot racing. Cool. Are you out of here? What? See you later, Lou. Nice to have your company, mate. I think actually, upon reflection, I think we should all go. Right. If there's anything else happening, let me know. I am going to wait patiently later for Steve at SPB Slots to cancel his membership, then rejoin on a lower level, and just let us know if he's kept any of his kind of data from cancelling and rejoining, and then we'll go from there. Morning, Mr. D. It's literally you're just coming in as we're just walking out, mate. Don't worry though. Cheers, Steve. Appreciate it, mate. It's been a good show, mate. You have to watch it back, Steve. I mean, don't race to watch it back, but just, yeah, maybe in the future. So, no, excellent, guys. Thank you ever so much for your company this morning. We'll wrap it up there. Well done again to Steve for winning the competition from Tom at Racing Room Extras. Thank you ever so much for everyone coming, joining in the show. It's not a show unless you guys are there. To be fair, I can talk to myself for 2 hours straight. I do it every day easily. But it's much, much, much more fun when you guys are about and we can share some action together. So no, thank you for that. Thank you very much. And before you go, remember, hit the like button for me. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, like it and share it. A lot of people don't share the videos, but you could be the first. So share the video, share it out there, get it chomping through the YouTube Ethernet. And I'll see you on the next one. Right then, track fans, that is enough of my gassing for the week. I'll bid you a good week ahead. And all together now at the back, track fans!